live from the garage. Get you set up here. Shaky, huh? This little bendable tripod's kind of goofy sometimes. Find a little stability. We all need a little stability, right? Cool. Nice. Yeah, I was out here working last night. We got the transmission all kind of buttoned back up, put back together. What am I gonna do with my new little thread kit? For now, I guess I'll just keep it in its own little Ziploc. Wish it would fit in that tap kit I got. Boy, the vertical you don't catch. It's not a very wide angle, is it? Wish I could zoom in some. All right. It's my little tub. I keep all my gasket makers and Loctites and whatnots and thingamajiggers. Really keep all my sealant kind of stuff in there. All right. Go ahead and put my Good morning. I finally got one person in here. How are you? We were putting all of our tools away from working on a transmission last night. We got the transmission put back together. See it there? It's exciting. It was an ordeal too. It was an ordeal, to say the least. So the night before we had it all put back together, basically. I had all the sealant and stuff on it and found out one of the holes was stripped. So we had to go and get a thread repair kit so we could fix one of the threads, clean all the sealant off, and then redo it all again. That's the way it goes, isn't it? So now we're putting everything back away. I think tonight we're going to work on a Sea-Doo motor. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of move things around and get everything kind of set up for the Sea-Doo motor. Probably need to go ahead and plug this camera up. get it charged. Gotta keep everything charged up. The little DJI, it lasts for a little while. And then I've got this extra battery storage right here. So it does last for a good while, but the Sony, I just went ahead and got it's basically like a battery pack, but it's corded, so you can plug it up. So the Sony, I can run it for as long as I want to now, without having to worry about swapping batteries all the time. Because the batteries on that camera, they don't last long at all. They do not last long at all. Yeah, there's nowhere to put it in there. I think I'm just gonna have to set it in there until I can figure out somewhere to put it, or a drawer to keep it in. All right, got that stuff charging. Oh, I might as well get this out. We'll be needing this soon. The old dingle ball hone. We're going to refresh these CD motors, so we'll be honing the cylinders soon. These things are actually pretty cool. Woo! Let's see what we're going to do here. Get the camera out of the way. Get that out of the way. Constantly moving stuff around. It's like musical chairs out here every day, always. Trying to make some room. Actually, well, let's go ahead and vacuum this up real quick. up all the little dust bunnies. What's up? Good morning. Trying to get a little stuff done in the garage before we go to work this morning. What have you got going on today? I'm hopefully done with the shop press for a little while. There we go. That's back. Whew. Man, it's fun. So I think, let's see, we're done with this transmission. Let's move that out of the way. I probably should just go ahead and put this transmission back together real quick. Just to get it taken care of. See, we got our tailpiece. There's our little shifting block. We have all of our bolts in there. There's our spring. What's up, Daisy? What are you doing, girl? Oh man, come back. Come back. Maybe I should glove up. I'm gonna glove up. All right. I need to get the grease. Alright, we're going to put a little grease on the end of this spring here. Nice little goober wood. Once we get a nice little goober wad of grease, then this little ball bearing that I keep dropping, we can just stick it. Take this and stick it. And then it drops right down this little shifting block. If I was actually putting this transmission back together to operate, I would probably put a good bit of grease just all around that screw. But really, I'm just putting it back together just not to lose anything and have it for a spare in case I need it. All right. The fun part's all still the same. We want the tooth facing straight up this way. We want it up and neutral. Which is right there. Yeah, that's neutral. But we want it right in the middle. Okay. So basically, we want the little ball to ride right in the middle. It's hard to see in there. All those little grooves and spots, there's a little track kind of right through the middle. So we want the little ball bearing kind of to be right there. All right, so once you get that lined up, you just press that little block and just hold everything in place. And then you, ever so gently, lower it down. I think my shifter slid down. We'll see if we can deal with that here in just a second. Try to see if we can pull it back up. There we go. See if we got it lined up here. Okay, that's lined up. So now we should be able to drive our roll pin back in. Then I'll put the bolts in. It's probably backwards from the way I normally do it. Roll pin in. Then we'll drop these bolts back in real quick. Let's see, where's the tag go? I don't remember which one has the tag. We'll call it that one. It's fun. I enjoy the garage time in the mornings. I'll get out and work on a little bit of stuff before work. I just like hanging out in the garage anyway and working on stuff. Kind of fun. There's Jackson. Hello, Jackson.
Bye. We're leaving.
Bye. Y'all have wonderful days. I'm gonna be leaving here shortly. As soon as I finish getting the transmission back together. All right. It's ready for 9-finger wrenching salvage yard. All right. All right, what motor are we gonna work on tonight? Are we gonna start putting the one back together that's ready to put back together, or are we gonna go ahead and take apart the one that needs to be taken apart? Hey, we'll do both. What am I gonna do with this? What am I gonna do with this? Probably wrap it up and put it, no, I don't need to put it down in the shed because fertilizer and stuff's down there. That's where Malone stuff is. I think it'll be that's aluminum, but still, it'll corrode. Does anybody need a good T5 transmission? Well, for now, it's just gonna come over here. For now, it's just gonna come over here with this one. All right, which motor are we gonna grab? I feel like we probably need to work on going ahead and taking this other one the rest of the way apart. That way we can go ahead and order parts and get those on the way. I have parts to do this one, which kind of makes me want to go ahead and do it, just to have it done and back together. I have too many things apart in the garage. It gets chaotic trying to keep everything separate. All your hardware where you need it to be and everything else. Apparently my viewers aren't morning people. Yeah, you probably had too much of that right there, didn't you? Didn't get up on time. All right, well, it's 7:28. I'm gonna have to hurry up and start heading to work here soon. You know what? Let's go ahead and see if we can get a motor put back together tonight. That'd make me feel good, I think, just to have one put back together. So let's go snatch that. Oh, well, there's no clamp on that fuel line. Well, that's just the pump. That's actually just the pulse line. Still not a clamp on it. Well, ain't that something? pop these carbs off of here. Wouldn't take just a second. This is a 2-stroke motor that originally had like an oil injection system where it injected oil into the fuel mixture. Like, you know, 2-stroke needs oil in the fuel mixture. But this motor has been bypassed. They got rid of the injection system, so you actually have to do a pre-mix on your gas in the gas tank. So it's my first rodeo with a bypassed motor. And I find some of the things kind of funny, like the 2 little injection lines on the back side of the car that normally would come from the little oil injection pump. They just routed them from one side to the other just to block them off. It's just one hose connecting the two. Basically, that's what they are doing with the crank oil tank. There has to be oil in the bottom part for the crank and for the rotary valve assembly. And there's no oil tank anymore. So I'm assuming that they basically just have split these lines right here and they just fill the lines up with oil, which fills the crankcase up with oil. And then they just put the line back together. And I guess if you see the oil dropping down, then you know you need to add oil to the crankcase. I don't know, it's a little different thing, you know. So what we got for this one, we got new rings. We're going to re-ring it, and we're going to hone the cylinders. We're going to rebuild the carbs and put it back together. Basically, we've already replaced the stator, or magneto, or whatever you call this darn thing. Basically the electrical charging system and stuff for the motor. We're going to replace that. Good times. All right. Let's snatch these off here real quick. It won't take just a second. We'll just go ahead and do that. Feel like we're getting something accomplished, right? There's that. Go. I love rebuilding these little Mikuni carburetors. It's just fun. Good times. All right. Big Block 402. What's going on, baby? What are you doing? Good to see you, man. Man, I seen that damn intake or whatever you had the other day. You gonna put up on top of the candy cane? I don't imagine you're gonna put any of these little Mikuni carbs on there. Oh, you're at work? I'm about to be at work. I'm gonna have to pack it up and leave. I just want to come out and kind of rearrange in the shop this morning a little bit. I was putting a couple of T5 transmissions together. So I want to get that all buttoned up and done and out of the way, because tonight I think we're going to be working on this Sea-Doo motor. Whole new engine in it. 481. Uh-oh, you got to change your channel name. 481. Good Lord. So the Mustang motor right now is at the machine shop, and I think I'm going to have a 306 when I get it back instead of a 302. So I'm excited about that. 600, 650. You're going to be dangerous. Man, that'll be fun. You have to put something in the back of the truck just to get it hooked up. Yeah, but the Mustang, I'm excited. We're having to rebuild it, of course, but you know he's just going to bore it out 30 over, and I think everything else is good. He's going to be able to polish up my crank and cam and the lifters and all that stuff. I think I'm just going to be able to go back in with what it had and go from there. It'll be fun putting that motor back together. I had never built a car engine, so it was kind of wild taking it apart. I'm actually working on the video right now where I took the engine apart and found out what went wrong. So I'll have that video out here, hopefully after the weekend. I'm slow on the editing. It takes me forever. Yeah, dude, I remember back in the day I had a little S10 pickup truck, and whenever it would snow in Martin, I'd throw about 8 cinder blocks in the back, and man, that little truck would hook up in the snow. I couldn't believe how good it did in the snow with a row of cinder blocks across the back end. But man, it's good to see you. I appreciate you stopping in the live this morning. I hadn't had a whole lot of activity. It's been kind of quiet, but I decided all my viewers must still be hungover or something. But anyway, I'm gonna have to get off here and head to work. I'm supposed to be there at 8. Hopefully traffic ain't gonna be bad. But man, it's good chatting with you for a second, and we'll have to catch up sometime. Hey, there's a thing coming up in Holly Springs, Mississippi called the American Hot Rodder Show. Check it out and see if maybe you can come over, and because they're going to do test and tune on the drag that strip that day, but it's a swap meet and car show, and it's a pretty cool day. There's another dude that'll show up. He's got a flame throwing car. So anyway, but I'm gonna get out of here. But maybe look at the American Hot Rodder Show. Maybe we can hook up there. See you.